We are here to celebrate the book release of Dr. P.V. Vaidyanathan, which is by the title, Why Not Use Some Common Sense? So, to begin, I would like to introduce the dignitaries, the guests of honor on the dais right now. Mr. Arbaaz Khan and Dr. P.V. Vaidyanathan. So, Mr. Arbaaz Khan, to be honest, I really don't think I need to introduce him to you all. Yeah, he's an actor. He's an Robin Sharma and is extremely spiritual and has practiced Vipassana, which is a spiritual program. To give you an idea of what it means, I'm sorry to underestimate the Vipassana. So you basically spend that time with your own self without any means of communication, and you introspect and you realize yourself through meditation. So it is an experience like no other, and only he'll be able to explain it better. So he has had practically a Midas touch to everything that he's tried out. So thank you so much for being here. We have Dr. P.V. Vaidyanathan here, who I have... We would also like to thank Lead Start Publishing, which is a leading publishing house of India. Its authors, editorial teams and books have won accolades and critical praise for their work at not only a national level, but also at an international scale. Many literary prizes have been won by its authors, such as Sahitya Academy Award, the Vodafone Crossword Award, various state literary awards, the Janapith Award, as well as being regularly shortlisted for others, such as the Man Asian Literary Prize. So it has been termed as the fastest growing publishing book company in India by The Week, which is a very popular magazine. 9 imprints and 200 titles published every year in all major categories. So it is also the largest book distribution network with a reach.
I want to ask for more time.
फोटो ले लो ना, कोई फोटो ले लो. सभी टेक a photograph, don't be sticking your picture.
Good afternoon everyone, and it's lovely to see you in such large numbers for a book launch. And Mr. Vaidyanathan is a gentleman who actually I know him through his wife, Rama. Where is she? Yeah, that's where she is. When Dabang was, after we had a script ready of Dabang and we were doing a casting, and finally when Sonakshi was finalized for Dabang, Nfxshot was very keen that we'd get Sonakshi into some kind of a diction training, because it had the North Indian feel and all that. So for that, we wanted to have a diction teacher, and that lady happened to be Rama. And Sonakshi did about a couple of months of training with her, and that's when the association with Rama and Mr. Husband, Mr. Vednathan, had started. And we used to be in touch, though I had never met them till recently. Mr. Vednathan also used to like send me links to his articles, send me a copy of his book occasionally, which I used to like respond to whenever there was an article in speaking tree. That time, he used to tell me about it, he used to mention about it. So we had this contact with each other even though we had never met. And then it's been like a while now, but the Dabang happened in 2010, and this is 2015, and in 5 years we were only communicating through phone calls and SMSs. And recently he called me up saying that there's a book that he wants to launch, and he would want me to do that. And I was like, fair enough, but why did you pick me? He says, because it's a spiritual book, and I think that strangely I feel amongst the people who I know from the industry, you seem to be the person who's maybe a little spiritually inclined. And I said, have you got some information regarding that? So he says, yeah, I believe so, that you've done some kind of, just the feeling, and plus I believe that you've done some spiritual courses or whatever. I said, yes, I've done the Vipassana course that happened, and I've done the art of living thing, because somewhere there is a certain amount of this influence that kind of draws me to to learn a little bit about this aspect of life, and maybe in a quest or some search for some kind of understanding of living better or meaning towards life. And it really helped, because I went for the Vipassana course just before Dabang had started, because in my life at that point in time there was a lot of things that I was going through, where in the sense that I was very confused whether I wanted to pursue my acting career, or whether I wanted to become a director, or whether I wanted to produce or to write. And I had come to like a crossroad in my life, that I felt maybe the acting career was not going as how I wanted to be at that stage in my life, because it was almost 15-16 years that I was in my acting career. And strangely I was looking for some answers, and I said, what, I need to just be with myself to know what exactly I want to do. And if I'm around, then if I keep asking myself or asking people, I'll probably not get those many answers. I just started inquiring that what is it that I can do, and just cut off from everybody and just try to find some answers, even if it means. And somebody suggested that why don't you do a Vipassana course, and I was like, what is it exactly? And they said, this is what it is. And it seemed very tough to do, and I said, I was like willing, because at that point in time I was like, I'll go ahead and do it. And I found out about it, and I enrolled in that, and I got an admission in Igatpuri, which is their founder place. And I went over there, and my wife and my son had come to see me there, and just like, are you sure you want to be here? Because the living conditions were also very very simple, and you got to like live practically without anything. There's no phone, there's no newspaper, there's no music, there's nothing. You just meditate almost 10-12 hours a day, and you don't even have eye contact with people, and you're just with yourself and you introspect. And I was not sure whether I'd pull through that, but strangely I did, and I did all 10 days of it, and I felt very good. And that kind of initiated my liking towards reading more about this kind of stuff. So brought in introduction to some writers that I read, and Robin Sharma, and a lot of these writers who write stuff on this kind of stuff, Deepak Chopra and all of that. And I got fascinated by that, and today also I'm pretty much inclined towards that. So when this book came my way, I was extremely happy, because this is quite the book that is so simple, and that is the beauty of it, because it's so simple, and it tells you such important things that happen in our life, which we kind of just ignore, or we don't know how to react to. And it just simplifies this thing. In fact, I am halfway through the book, because I just got my hands on it and I was reading, and unfortunately I'm here without having completed the book. But whatever I have read, I've read about half the book. I just feel that it kind of concise. It's so concise and precise about the things that it's just making life so simple, and that's how beautiful it is, how we react to certain things. All we have to do is maybe have a different perspective, or maybe take a pause, or think about it. Don't overreact. It's making it that simple, and you can have a much better reaction to a situation and a far better quality of life than if you were to do that. And it really makes a difference, because most of the damage that we do to our lives, to our partners, to our people at work is about reacting in a way which has been spontaneous, instantaneous, and sometimes without a thought. There is no harm in just giving a thought before we say certain things, because there are certain things that once you say, they can make a big difference. So this in certain ways is a sort of a handbook manual towards a better day-to-day living and reacting in life, and that's how one should look at it. It's a bedside book. Whenever you feel the need to grab it and read it, maybe read a chapter, read a page, and even if you read a paragraph.